Welcome back to Game Breakdown, everyone, and this is a good episode.
It took a sleepless week of data crunching.
A week? A week? I'm pretty sure after 3 or 4 days without sleep, you literally start hallucinating. How are you still crunching numbers?
But I eventually tracked down the location of my friends, locked away in the mysterious towers of Prague. At the moment, they are the unwilling guests of Interpol's most renowned prison warden, the Contessa.
Okay, I tried. I really did to see what was written on this tombstone here. Best guess, it says Contessa, but like with a W? Maybe it's an old relative of hers. A really old relative. Okay, dang.
While still a criminal psychology student, she entered into a whirlwind romance and married a wealthy aristocrat. Sadly, the union was short-lived, as the general suspiciously died a few weeks after the ceremony.
Yep, I got it, game. She's a Black Widow. Like, yep, and yeah, I caught that. You can't sneak that past a smart cookie like me.
The widowed Contessa put her education and newly acquired estate to work by opening a criminal rehabilitation center. Her pioneering use of hypnotherapy has produced some good results, and subsequently earned her a prominent position within Interpol. My friends are locked up somewhere in the clinic and are slated for the Contessa's Good Samaritan brainwashing. If I don't bust them out soon, they'll be working a 9-to-5 job selling shoes, and I'll be out two best friends.
God, I love jailbreaks. They are one of my favorite anythings in fiction. It's like a heist, but the stakes are so much more personal, and the odds are so much more insurmountable. It's really no wonder that this is, to many people, the peak of the series. This is where Sly 2 stops being a kid's game. You're tasked to play as the weakest member of the gang, facing the toughest trials yet, and you feel it. The dread, the pressure. The game has gone out of its way time and time again to make Bentley feel frail and helpless. He's only out on the field if he has to be, and almost always with tactical support from his more capable friends. Putting you, the player, in this situation feels almost like a joke at your expense. I gotta play as Bentley? Only Bentley? Nah, I'm getting my friends back right now, let's frickin' go. Man, look how frickin' red this level is! The way they painted this level in the palette of a nightmare, or even like a depiction of hell. Our enemies this time around are closely associated with classic horror tropes. We have bats, wolves, and vultures. Combined with the tall, gothic architecture bedecked in bright, relentless spotlights, it sets the tone. Our luck has run out. The law finally caught up with us, and now we are in a waking nightmare.
I should make my way over to the Contessa's house. Maybe I'll pick up a few leads on the location of Sly and Murray.
Okay, so first task, make it across town. You may want to buy this Adrenaline Rush power-up available in the shop. It gives Bentley the ability to absolutely gun it for a short distance. The best part is that it's silent. If we're forced to navigate the streets as Bentley, this is the best way to do it. And how appropriate, too, that Bentley's adrenaline is in overdrive in this situation. Contessa, I don't mean to alarm you, but your veranda appears to be booby-trapped.
Aha! The Contessa is out making her rounds. Wait a second. The feathers on my sleep darts vibrate near sounds. If I maintain my position on top of this parabolic dish, I should be able to hear that frequency at a distance. This is great! If I tag the Contessa with my darts, I'll be able to listen in on whatever she says. I might even learn where she's locked up Sly and Murray.
The Claw Gang is falling apart. Spice shipments have all but stopped. Hurrah! I never would have joined if I'd known it would be this easy to disrupt the plan. At least the Cooper Gang is under lock and key. Their lopsided morality flies in the face of man's inherent selfishness. Ah well, they'll see it my way soon enough.
Now we get to see the Contessa's true colors. I'd normally be quick to snark about the fact that we're lucky she talks to herself so much, but even this is characterizing. The Contessa is an egomaniac, an elitist intellectual who sees everyone as beneath her. In her eyes, she's the only one worthy of conversation.
The Claw Gang is falling apart.
A surprisingly understated reveal that honestly might slip past you considering how much we've got going on right now. But the Contessa is a member of the Claw Gang, a high-ranking member of Interpol who double dips in the world of organized crime.
Their lopsided morality flies in the face of man's inherent selfishness.
Ooh, and you hear that tidbit? Man's inherent selfishness. This is how she justifies it. Obviously, she doesn't have to hold herself to any kind of moral standards. It's the nature of the mind to be selfish. Who in the writer's room kicked things up to 11? This is great. We've heard her say one line and learned all this about her.
Those fools at Interpol. They keep sending me criminals and I keep making money. How come no one ever thought of this before? Hypnotize criminals and force them to reveal where they've hidden their fortune. I'm a genius. If only I had more spice to help me with the hypnosis.
Bentley, I'm gonna let you take this one.
Inconceivable!
Inconceivable. Inconceivable. Inconceivable.
She's no healthcare professional! Why, that's the most heinous crime I've ever heard of! Putting inmates into hypnosis so they'll tell her where they've stashed their loot! It dishonors both law enforcement and thieves at the same time!
That blasted Cooper gang. The fat one. What's his name? Murray. Yes, Murray. He'll be the first to break. I should spend a few sessions probing that feeble mind. I can only imagine the wealth that gang has accumulated over the years. That Sly Cooper. Such a complex and rebellious mind. A month or two in the hole should break his spirit. Let him squat there week after week. He's seen that the guards along the wall all have motion detectors. There is no escape. Slowly, the reality of his captivity will set in, and I'll get to work on his mind.
I should get to work and figure out a way to break Sly out of the hole.
Okay, heads up, this bridge right here might just be the most treacherous location in the entire game. It is teeming with wolves disguising themselves as these statues, and they'll make plenty of noise to call other guards up here. Even flashlights, as we're still on ground level. And is that a freaking tank? What the heck?
That computer is part of a control system for the electromagnetic train. By hacking all the terminals along the train tracks, I should be able to reverse their polarity, thereby turning the train into a giant projectile. Without question, its impact on the prison walls should create a hole large enough for Sly to escape through.
Ah, we get to hack again. It's been a while.
Nothing like a good computer hack job.
Presentation here is a lot less styling than it was in the first game, but it's not supposed to be. Rather than Bentley finally getting his gameplay debut and saving Sly's life to the tune of this banger, hacking in this game is more about conveying Bentley in his element, a comfortable world of ones and zeros where everything is clear and concise.
That's one down. The train should be picking up speed.
So this mission's gonna have us navigating the train tracks while our task causes it to become more and more treacherous. And watch out, the train is a one-hit kill. You can tell they've stepped it up with the hazards now. This is also the first level where security systems like spotlights are in the overworld. Man, I love a good twin-stick shooter. I sure wish this was one of them. Honestly, this hacking minigame is just a bit simplistic for my liking, but they're really just tutorializing right now, so I can forgive it. All about easing us into that gameplay variety.
2 down, 4 more to go.
Alright, and they're mixing things up already. We got these new melee enemies we gotta contend with while getting through the firewalls. Heck, if this is all there is to hacking, sign me up right now. I'm gonna be rich.
That should speed up the train by at least 50%.
Okay, now we're ramping up pretty well. You can't just brute force this one. Ow. And now the enemies move and shoot. Okay.
Yes, the train's at full speed. Now, on to reverse the field's polarity.
5 down, and look at this train zoom! Whoa! How the heck does that work? How we got trains going 2 ways on this track? Actually, you want to see what happens when you pull the camera over here? Yeah, we're moving, we're shooting, we're twinning, we're sticking. There we go, all done. Alright, if there's one thing that is pretty cool about this minigame, it's the way all 6 of these levels actually exist in the same area, all interlocked with each other.
What a beautiful trajectory! Bullseye! All the guards along the prison wall are outfitted with a motion tracking device.
Man, these guys look surprisingly not at all alarmed considering a train just flew into the wall.
There's no way for Sly to escape. Unless I take those guys out with my RC chopper.
Ooh, listen to Bentley hype himself up here. Look at how far he's come.
Stuff me in a locker, will ya? Take that! That'll learn ya! Ha ha! Fear me! That does it! The motion sensor is offline!
Tiny missable detail here. As we take out these guards, we can see these red motion detector lights go out around the yard they're keeping Sly in.
Sly, can you read me?
How I missed that sensuous voice of yours.
Save the jocular comments for later. Do you see that hook above the train?
Yeah?
It's your only means of escape. Jump and hit the circle button to grab hold. Then swing onto the back of the train. I've already established a safe house and downloaded its GPS coordinates into your binocucom. We'll rendezvous there.
Wow, you've really thought of everything.
Don't I always?
Yeah, you do. Thanks for busting me out.
Oh, well, you know the old saying, if you can't count on a friend to bust you out of jail, what kind of a friend are they?
Truer words were never said, wizard.
Yeah, I know they're just stupid animals. It's okay, I need a minute.
Okay, here's the situation. I've done some deep database crunching and figured out that Murray is doing time in cell block D. Getting him out is going to be tough. As you know, he's not very light on his feet. First, we'll need to get Murray into an isolation cell away from the other inmates. Second, I'll need you to get a sample of the Contessa's encryption algorithm. Don't worry, I'll explain later. Third, you'll need to pickpocket a few keys from the Contessa, but watch out for her pack of bodyguards. And fourth, you'll have to deactivate her giant attack robot. No, really, Sly, I'm serious. The Contessa has a giant attack robot. It just looks like a water tower. Now, once you've pulled off all these jobs, we'll be ready to make a play for the big guy.
Literally all 5 of these missions are for Sly. Bentley really just said, okay, I did my part, this is on you. Alright, well that giant attack robot sounds like a pretty high priority, let's do that one first. But we're gonna have to get up to the prison to do it. Unlike all 3 previous levels, this massive section of the map is only accessible by Sly. Every point of entry requires some kind of climbing or swinging to get there. These crawl spaces are also just really funny. They're actually blocked on both the inside and outside, but breaking either blockage causes both to shatter. Let me show you. Man, I used to think these wolves were really threatening. Okay, so this is kinda awkward. The only way to get to the mission I want to do is, blocked by a bottle. So, it's a good thing I'm gonna cover the bottles during that mission.
Okay, Sly, that's it. The Contessa's giant attack robot.
Look, Bentley, with all due respect, it looks an awful lot like a water tower.
Don't be fooled. That's what she wants you to think. If we try to free Murray while that thing is operational, why...
What, we'll have plenty of fresh drinking water?
I'm serious, Sly.
Of course, I do owe you one.
Man, Sly is trying so hard to turn off his sass right now. I feel this in my soul.
The lightning rods around the prison are designed to draw lightning strikes away from the water tower. Giant attack robot.
Uh-huh, yeah.
By turning the wheels on the rod, you should be able to redirect the electrical current away from its ground wire, rendering it useless. Follow the lightning strikes to locate all 5 rods.
Okay, so you want me to break the ground circuit on all these lightning rods so that a bolt will strike and destroy the giant attack robot posing as a water tower.
That's an accurate summation.
Okay, so we've got a really interesting twist on a simple navigational challenge. For whatever reason, maybe because Sly gave him so much flack about the water tower robot, Bentley isn't projecting waypoints to the lightning rods, and the best way to find them is to look for the lightning strikes. However, these lightning strikes also make our job harder, doing huge damage to us if we're not clear of the rod we're working on when one hits it. In addition to that, since each rod we take out causes the bolts to become more focused on the ones remaining, it simultaneously makes them easier to find and harder to deactivate, rewarding us for what we've done and increasing the difficulty curve, all within the context of the elements at play within the mission. Who designed this? Good God, this is genius! Now, since we finally got a variety of objectives across the map, let's get those bottles as we go. Our map this time around looks a bit simpler than the last one, but it's got plenty of tricks up its sleeve. Dominating the south of the map, of course, we have the prison, where security is tightest, and both spotlights and flashlight guards are a constant concern. It sits far above the rest of the map, and so accessing it can only be done from certain points. From there, we have 3 major areas. This larger district with the safe house in the corner, this small space occupied by the Contessa's house, and this rather inconsequential 3rd district over here. The train track we're already familiar with connects them all by wrapping around the prison, and a network of bridges and waterways and a frankly absurd amount of guards makes navigating this section tougher than it looks. So starting from up here, we've got the bottle we collected a moment ago and our first lightning rod. There's also a treasure up here. Drop directly below the south end of this walkway for this bottle, and we've got one on the fence next to the water robot. Another treasure in that same yard, and then a bottle atop the main gate. Our third and final treasure already, dang, in this prison yard across from the gate, a bottle next to it, and another atop the fence right here. That's all from within the prison. Let's move on to the top of the walls. Starting right here, crossing this spotlight with a bottle. Cross from this battlement to this one to shut down lightning rod number 2, then drop down immediately outside the wall from there. We're gonna take a detour along the train tracks now, grabbing one on this ledge on the upper layer, then another on this bridge section, climb these poles all the way back up to grab one more atop the walls. Continue along the wall to this hook leading straight to another, use it, then drop down to this ledge outside the wall for this bottle. Another crawl space will get us back inside, so we'll jump right back up and find lightning rod number 3. Directly below that, another bottle, another crawl space, rinse and repeat. Another bottle atop this battlement here. From the next battlement, drop down onto this rope for one, then make your way across this ledge to climb your way back up one last time. After coming full circle to that second lightning rod, drop on down towards the Contessa's house. And that's over half the bottles, and we didn't even really leave the prison. From here, we're gonna start at the train tracks and sweep our way all the way around. One atop the tracks, then one on this pole to the side of the bridge, then one directly beneath the center of the bridge, and another to the immediate right of that on the water. On the far side of the bridge, there's one on this little back alley, then atop the building next to that. Our next lightning rod is right across these hooks. This next building has 2 more easy to spot ones attached. One above, one behind. From there, we'll use the train tracks to reach this one on top of the safe house, which you can literally hear from within the safe house. Taunting you. Mocking you. Cross to this small building for an easy one here, and everything else is in that last little district. A bottle over the tracks, one over top this large building, and our last one is on this wire connected to, hey, guess what? That's our last lightning rod. God, that was slick. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one.
Like I said, giant attack robot!
Alright, this is the first time we've seen this particular waypoint marking the location of the safe. This would have appeared in the other chapters if I'd gotten the bottles after reaching the vault's location, but here, since this little basement under the Contessa's house isn't a part of any mission, it appears regardless. Actually, you know what? This area doesn't require any acrobatics to reach. Bentley, why don't you enter the code for yourself this time? Ah, nope. You won't do it. Alright.
Of course, I do owe you one.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy and equip the alarm clock gadget right here, just to show something.
You need an IQ of at least 140 to figure this one out. That Contessa is smarter than I'd thought. I believe the code is 248.
Hearing Bentley admit to the Contessa's intelligence is a little unnerving, huh? Anyway, Long Toss. Not an equipable ability, but rather a passive upgrade to our skills. So that alarm clock gadget allows us to throw a noisemaker out and catch the attention of guards. However, Sly, didn't really have much of an arm on him until we got this gadget. By using the bricks on this bridge to compare, we can see that we can now throw gadgets about 50% further, which is sure to come in handy. Better yet, that doesn't just upgrade Sly, but also Bentley's abilities. Excellent.
Okay, Sly. In order to get Murray out, we'll need him to get thrown into solitary confinement. That pipe will lead you to his cell block. Try to locate him and relate the plan. After that, it's all up to Murray.
All right, I'm headed inside.
If you try to go through this pipe at any point besides this mission, it's blocked by flowing water. Ow, what the? But when we get inside, we see that this building's plumbing is directly connected to the ventilation system? Oh god. Hey, look at this tiny little extra detail they did not have to add to this vent branching off in other directions. We never go down these paths, they're just extra detail. I love it!
Sly? Where are you?
Over here, in the back wall.
Sly! I'm so glad to see you. They've been forcing me to eat meals covered in spice, and I'm feeling kind of strange. You gotta get me out of here.
Right, okay, so Murray is being force-fed drugs to make him more mentally pliable. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page here.
No problem. Bentley seems to have found a weakness in the solitary confinement cell. If you can get in a big enough fight, the guards will throw you in there. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience.
Well, if you say so, I suppose a powerful force like the Murray could take down 50 foes. If I had to.
Excellent. You beat the snot out of 50 of those guys, and Bentley and I will take care of the rest.
Sly really said,
Hey! Riot!
been a while since we've gotten to smack the snot out of a bunch of guards, or maybe prisoners in this case. Would have liked to see another unique enemy type in here like the janitor rats, or even if they had just used the members of Rajan's operation in here, since we know the Contessa took them in. Because as it stands, I really don't know who we're fighting right now. Tell you one thing for sure though, it makes for a great outlet for all the tension we've been building sneaking around as Bentley. Come on, who wants some? Who designed this prison? They said, yes, install the spike traps, that'll learn them. And don't forget the button they can press to summon a death laser. You never know when the rioters will need it.
49, feeding back. 50, eat that, you incarcerating suckers. Is that antisocial enough for ya? Oh, what? You gonna throw me in solitary? Bring it on!
Guys, I kinda wanna do that mission.
Sly, those giant pipes under the bridge feed power to the prison's security systems. I'll need to cut the connection to free Murray.
Sounds like a plan. What do you need me for?
As you know, the bridge is heavily guarded.
I hear you. You'd like a little protection while you place the bombs.
That's correct.
Love to help out, but there's nowhere to hide on the bridge. We're totally exposed.
That's true. To fool the guards, you'll need to break those statues and take their place.
I pose like a statue, the guards walk on by, then pow! I hit them from behind. You're a genius.
That's also correct.
Now, while I love so much about this episode, this is my least favorite mission in the game. Positives first, I love the ability we get to use for it, disguising like a statue, though it's a shame it's only possible during this mission. Positives first, remember? I know, right. So, watching Bentley and Sly work on such equal footing now that Bentley's really proven himself is awesome. Heck, even though Sly's the one taking the guards out, Bentley's the one working totally in the open, taking risks, trusting Sly. It's great, but it's just so slow! Waiting for Bentley to plant the bombs as the guards steadily file by, only for you to strike as soon as they've dismissed you as a statue is fun, like, twice. But you do this like 6 times. They try to switch it up with different numbers and types of guards, but it's not enough. Let's be done with this.
The last charge is set. Let's get out of here. That takes care of the power to the security system.
Okay, to balance that out, let's do one of my favorites now.
To get at Murray, I'll need you to steal 2 tank keys and the tank patrol schedule off of the Contessa.
No problem. I'm an old hand at pickpocketing.
This is going to be tougher than you think. The Contessa's no fool. Since your escape, she never goes anywhere without bodyguards. You'll have to take them out one by one in order to get close to her.
I should probably use noise to lure them away from the Contessa.
Another escalation of the pickpocketing challenge. Getting past these guards to the Contessa isn't gonna happen with brute force, and can even chase you onto rooftops if you're not careful of how you distract the guards. Actually, she can be surprisingly aware of your position in a lot of situations, but that's all part of the challenge.
Who goes there? Huh? Where are my guards?
There are any number of ways you could go about this, but my personal favorite? Equip the Insanity Strike we got back in episode 2. Give whoever's last in line a good whack, and then just sit back while the Contessa completely ignores their infighting and saunters away from them.
Huh? They're gone again.
I like how she's got this whole hypnosis process involving months of spice and sessions and isolation, whereas I, an intellectual, just hit him with a stick.
What? Huh? Where are those lazy bodyguards? They're all fire.
Only thing is, how does she not see Sly? She literally looks right at him every time we pick her pocket.
Great work. Now we're all set up to steal a tank.
These prison gates might be the only Ninja Spire points in the game we can't actually use. Gotta wonder why they're sparkly. Maybe they use some kind of algorithm to identify sharp points in the geography and give them the ability to be used. More likely the gate is just copy-pasted, code and all, from somewhere else.
Sly, I need your help getting a handle on the Contessa's encryption algorithm.
I'd love to, pal, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, I'll explain it to you one piece at a time. See that security station? The guard nearby is responsible for its upkeep.
I'm with you.
First, I'll need you to pickpocket his key to the terminal.
Sure, no problem.
Then use it on the security station to set off the alarm.
Hold up. You want me to set off the alarm?
Yeah, set it off, then clear out as the guard's sure to come running. Once he sees that it's a false alarm, he'll input the code to turn it off.
False alarm? False alarm? Noticing the padlock undone and probably that his key is missing, and that's a false alarm?
So you want me to take a picture of the code?
Move to a safe place and get a clean shot of that digital readout.
Should I hit all the security stations out here?
That's right. Once I've got a large enough sample of the Contessa's codes, I should be able to crack her encryption algorithm.
Now, see, you lost me again.
Just take the pictures. I'll handle the rest.
And the security code displays in giant 5,000 point font over the head of the terminal for what reason? Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it. The Contessa is not that smart. Not if this is a security system she designed or paid for. All things considered, I do like this mission. It's a cool mix of different elements, putting a twist on what we already know about taking pictures by making things both time sensitive and only acceptable from a certain angle. Since this is all done out within the full world, actually finding the proper spot to take the picture from while under the pressure of a time limit is a very clever challenge, but man, the premise though. Yeah, good luck with this one, Bentley. Is that 101? 707?
Okay, that should be enough codes. Nice work, partner. Thanks to your recent efforts, we're ready to attempt a Murray rescue. I call this plan the Trojan Tank.
Yeah, we're already into the heist. This episode's a little shorter than the rest, only 2 phases of setup missions instead of 3. The map's a fair bit smaller too. It's only natural since there really isn't a lot they could contrive a mission around Murray for, and they wouldn't want things to get repetitive.
Step 1. We use the Contessa's keys to steal one of her tanks. I'll jump in and drive while you keep out of sight by crawling underneath. With some luck, the guards won't notice anything out of the ordinary and open the prison gates for us. We casually roll in and then blast the security doors to Murray's cell block. Once inside, you'll need to improvise your way up to the guard control center and open the doors leading down to solitary confinement. Let's hope Murray hasn't cracked under the Contessa's hypnosis. Okay, Sly, I'm heading out for the tank. inside the tank, increasing the ride height on the treads. There, that should give you enough room. Crawl underneath this thing and let's get moving.
Wait, what the heck just happened? Okay, so I was about to make a joke like, oh yeah, that's clever, Bentley, but I could just, like, meet you inside. But check it out. They actually made this one spotlight home in on Sly and shoot one-hit kills just for this mission. It still doesn't make it impossible to climb into Sly, but, like, it's cool that they tried. Also, while I was climbing around to see if any of the other spotlights got in on the fun, I noticed the giant attack robot's eyes flicker just for a second, and after watching them for like 5 minutes, they did not do it again, and I am genuinely terrified.
I can't see you down there, so try to keep up and stay out of sight.
Ah, the spotlights lock onto you so you die instantly if you show from beneath the tank. Gotcha. Wait, so what happens if I crawl out before it locks on?
Try to keep up and...
Don't know what I expected. Okay, last one. What if I crawl out, then back under before the spotlight gets me? Alright, fine, I will do it your way.
We're approaching the prison gate. Let's see if they fall for it. Suckers! You'd better get out from underneath the tank before I let loose with the turret. Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
Look, I was curious, okay?
I'm having some trouble sabotaging the tank. Go on ahead, I'll catch up.
What are these little spiders anyway? Are they like little robot minions or actually spiders? Some of the guards can deploy them, so probably the former, but all these webs have got to come from somewhere.
Okay, Bentley, what's next?
Well, that should be the guard's control center. But to be honest, I'm not sure how you're going to get up there.
Don't worry about it. Thinking of my feet is what I do best.
Most of the security went down when we cut the power on the bridge,
Whoa, that's like a weirdly good cinematic shot.
but a few lights seem to have a backup generator. Be careful.
So this is the same area with Murray's cell, only now we get to explore the upper areas. This room actually plays a lot like a mission from the first game. We haven't really gotten a long sequence of curated platforming challenge in a long time. It's making me a bit nostalgic. But forget about that, this jail is an absolute madhouse. Look at the conditions some of the prisoners in these cells are dealing with. To get out of this one, you have to parkour your way across these hooks. Sorry, them's the breaks. And then this one, whose entire cell is covered by the range of motion-sensing turrets. Better sleep real still. Speaking of prisoners, now these wolf guards are literally emerging from the cells. If they're prisoners, why do they still have their maces? And if they're guards, why are they locked in the cells?
Okay, I'm running your algorithmic code decryptor. You see anything happening down there?
Success! We've got access to solitary confinement.
Hot stuff. I'm heading down.
Oh, that looks bad. I've never seen Murray like this.
He's all twitchy and bug-eyed.
You said Murray was being forced to eat spice, right? Now, the local spice plants are illegal for good reason. Eat too many, and you'll go into a fit of uncontrolled rage.
Keep that stuff away from Murray.
Oh, the foreshadowing. Oh my god, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, he said he was feeling weird.
Well, he's weirded out all right. I doubt he even knows we're here. Clearly, we're going to have to lure him out of that cell the hard way.
The hard way?
Those hypno boxes are designed to heighten the effects of spice, and he's already in an agitated state. So if we turn them all on at the same time, Murray's sure to become wildly hostile, and probably break down the door.
How do we turn on the hypno boxes?
The power switches are all defended by laser barriers. When you get close, I'll hack the laser system from my terminal down here. That should give you access.
Let's do it. Anything to help out old Murray. He's looking really bad.
You know, it's been a while since we rampantly ransacked a place for no reason, hasn't it?
Okay, I'm hacking the laser barrier.
Alright, we're hacking again. Time for this minigame to redeem itself. Here we go! And over the course of this mission, we literally do the exact same hacking level 3 times. But each time there's more enemies. Man, alright, that's really weak.
Flip the switch to turn on the hypno box.
What's that sound? Angry! Get gone! I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Tip me over and I'll smash up everything! Ah!
What are you doing speeding up the music like this is intense? I can literally make these red arrow dudes go destroy the dots for me while I make myself lunch. You're just embarrassing yourself now.
There you go.
Ah!
Heads up, Sly. The hypno boxes are too strong for you to destroy with your cane. Try using Murray's attacks to take them out. When they're all offline, Murray should be jolted out of his spice range. Watch out!
I love how Murray is basically the boss fight of this episode. It's a bit of a shame he's so easy. In fact, you can literally just stay up here on the second level and lure him beneath you if you want. But it's a really cool idea, putting you in a situation where you can be scared of your friend.
My head! Who? What? Is this heaven?
Sorry, pal. You're no angel.
Just take a few deep breaths and try to center your thoughts.
Okay.
What's with all the racket? My conscious mind is a wreck. I ought to... The weak-minded hippo is free! And he's got friends! Perhaps it's time to reevaluate some life choices.
I'm serious. I managed to keep this half of the Clockwork Heart safe.
Alright, all I'm gonna say is there is only one way Murray could have hidden that heart while being processed into this place, and you at least gotta respect the willpower.
It was hard to hide from the Contessa! She's getting away!
Murray, lift those crank bars so we can chase after her.
I'm on it! Let's go! You lousy, no good head shrinker!
Oh, come now, Murray. We were making such progress during our sessions.
The only mental help that I need is to never be reminded of you again.
Such displaced hostility. If you insist on getting angry, why not be psychologically productive and channel it at your so-called friends?
I'm done talking with my mouth. Now I talk with my fists!
Sorry, but our time is up.
Imagine if this were the only voice in your ear. If you had to spend months, if not years, hearing someone tell you only what they want you to think, confusing you and using spices to play with your neurochemistry. A lot of people chalk brainwashing up to the stuff of science fiction, but if the conditions are right, someone like the Contessa can genuinely change who you are. Masterfully done, Sucker Punch. I hate her. Now let me punch her in the face. Right the hell now. No. No.
Ah! She's getting away!
Don't worry, pal. We'll find her. With the three of us back together, she doesn't stand a chance.
It was great. The gang had been reunited and it was all because of me. Even the van ride out of town was like a party. Murray had to pull over twice because he was laughing so hard. But despite all the jokes, I think something had changed. Since childhood, the three of us had never been apart, and our recent isolation gave us all pause for thought. Needless to say, we took a few weeks off before getting back to work. And for the first time in my life, Murray let me drive.
The energy of that cutscene is amazing. They don't even mention the Contessa or the clockwork parts or anything about that mission. It's just a celebration of friendship, Bentley's triumph, the band is back together, and nothing's gonna stop us now. Better than that, the moment of quiet amidst the joy. This is a bond as tight as can be. They're literally as thick as thieves, and through their separation, that only grew stronger, and gave them a chance to really appreciate it. Also, can I quickly draw attention to this picture of Bentley? When? What? Why? I have so many questions. Oh, it's so good. It's no wonder Jailbreak is most people's pick for the best episode in this entire franchise. I haven't got a hot take as to how that's wrong. This is peak Sly Cooper. Storytelling, the atmosphere, the tone, it's all running on overdrive. Most of the missions are a ton of fun. The Contessa, she's so good at being bad, I want to strangle her, good God. And can you believe we're only halfway through? I'll see you all next time when we break down Episode 5.